TAFE Radio, your campus, your station, your voice. We're here live at South by Southwest Sydney. My name's Mick and I'm here with Nina. Hi, Nina.
Hi, guys.
And we are joined by multi-award-winning podcast producer and media critic, Siobhan McHugh. Hello, Siobhan. How are you?
G'day, Mick and Nina. Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah.
That's it. How's South by Southwest Sydney treating you today? Busy day?
It's busy and it's buzzy. It's pretty enormous, isn't it? It's great.
It's a big turnout.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah.
So did you want to tell us a little bit more about your book, Para Podcasting? Basically your whole ethos and what you're doing today and what you're talking about today.
Well, I'm on a kind of a mission to make people love how intimate podcasting can be. That power of the voice just can connect people. And when you're doing it in somebody's ears, like, one-to-one through AirPods or earbuds, it's just so personalized. And in a world of bells and whistles, I'm always amazed how something as simple as the voice can still be so powerful and strong. And I hope that continues. I think it will. I'm optimistic that even though there are different turns happening in the commercial end of podcasting, I don't think that will ever go away. It'll still be there, that force of the voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we're at, I think, with podcasting and video podcasting, it's like reading a book versus watching TV. Because when you listen to a podcast, you have your imagination that guides you through that podcast. What are your thoughts on that and how the video podcasting, as much as it's almost become the norm now, versus the traditional podcast, where you actually do use your imagination when you're listening?
Look, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool audio person. I think the video thing is something other. I think it should be just hived off and turned into a vodcast format. And, it got to the ridiculous point where some guy put something on TikTok with a podcast mic and he didn't even have a podcast. He just wanted to look like a video podcaster. So it's just a sort of a trend, and let the celebrities play there. Let the Diary of a CEO guy. For me, it's the most boring topic in the world, corporate leadership. There are lots of other things we can talk about, personal stories of, getting through adversity, a bit of fun, survival, resilience, getting to know people, what makes people tick. That's the sort of stuff I like.
Yeah. I love that comment of how intimate using the audio is compared to on video. So I'm guessing you're pretty optimistic about the future of podcasting.
I am. Look, I have to be realistic and acknowledge that people have been laid off at the high end, the narrative podcast end, which is where I work. But it does cost more money, obviously, than just, say, chatting about, something, the cricket or something. It takes more money because you're doing investigative journalism. But I think that, as somebody said, it's like our punk rock moment. The people who are really passionate are going to stick with it. And we are going to evolve it into a real art form that will be cherished by those who are around for it. And I don't care if we don't have the mega million numbers, so long as we have people who really invest the time and listen.
Now, Siobhan, as Nina and I are both students, there's also students that are sitting out there that are going to listen to this interview. What's something that you can just give to them, something to really focus on as they go through their studies and learn about podcasting?
Well, I think it's like, you learn how to write by reading great books. And you can just learn by osmosis what works if you listen to good podcasts. And one that I really recommend at the moment is Empire, with William Dalrymple and Anita Anand, and it looks into all these different aspects of colonialism and history, but they're really entertaining with it, because William is like a puppy dog. He kind of knows so much, he can't wait to tell you. And at the moment, they're actually doing a 7-part series on Gaza that goes back 3,000 years. So, like, when I say history, I mean really history, And just maybe have a listen to some of the other narrative podcasts. The ones that win the awards do tend to be good. So I'm not going to plug my own. I won't do that.
I think you should.
Okay, I will. The Greatest Menace.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Make sure you tune into that one.
I guess my other question is, how would one because obviously podcasting had its big moment. Everyone jumped onto the train. Everyone and their dog was creating a podcast. How do I cut through and find the right ones for me? How do I cut through I don't want to say the word, but the C word?
Yeah, the crap.
Yeah.
That is the problem. And look, discoverability, it is an issue because there are so many millions of podcasts out there. I wish we had more podcast critics who could, just the way that people recommend your movies and your TV stuff. I do a best of every year for the conversations. You could search that online, and there are other people not in Australia who do that as well. I think word of mouth is also the way to go, because the ones that you do hear about are not necessarily the best. They just have the more money for the PR or whatever,
I'm in shock. You shocked me then, Siobhan.
Yeah. But look, there are great ones out there. Another one I like is Blind Boy. He did a show at the Enmore last year. He's an Irish guy who's kind of just really unique. He's sort of left-wing but anarchic, a sort of storyteller, and he's very learned, but he just rambles on, and it all makes sense somehow. At the end of an hour, you've learned an awful lot, and you don't know how he got there.
Well, Siobhan, that's a fantastic insight into from yourself, someone so learned in the world of podcasting and been around for a long, long time. So thanks so much for joining us today on TAFE Radio.
Thanks, Mick, and thanks, Nina, and good luck to all the students out there for the coming semester.
Thank you so much, Nina, and thank you, Siobhan. Coming right up, we'll have more from South by Southwest in Sydney. This is TAFE Radio.
Awesome.